asking for change.
It's probably empowerment. That's what I think it is.
All right. Let me bring your attention to number 10. I think it's so good to give details at their number, so I can take you directly to it. Got limelight underlined for me.
Yeah, that's enough.
I know what limelight is.
Discuss amongst yourself because
What do you think limelight is?
Let me not answer that.
It's like I'm in the spotlight.
Like hip-hop stars.
Like famous people, like when they first get famous, like this.
just look them up.
It's great. I heard so much more about
I need your answer.
I was like,
Especially BTS. BTS like me dead. You said what red stand for? Revolution, evolution. You don't have to see. What does that have to do?
Anatomical. All right, what's the base word in anatomical? Anatomical. Anatomical. Base word is anatomy. So when you think of human anatomy, what's that? Look at me. Anatomy. Detailed drawings of the body.
Or
Look
excited,
around at some of these pictures that are posted, some of his work. That's why you see the skull, the insides of the organs, because of that experience right there he had as a young child. I also have panhandling.
Yeah, I have.
You have panhandling? Did you have panhandling?
I didn't underline the names because.
All right, so turn it top. She has it, but you don't. So it's possible that, what number is that?
I don't know how to pronounce some of them.
Turn it top. What's your interpretation or your understanding of panhandling? So
I
that
think you
your
made this coffee.
reading team partner will understand what it is. If you have to look it up, that's fine. Although we're gonna use you as the source first, since you don't have
And they got a
it.
peanut butter.
Help us out.
Okay. What is vertical? I know what vertical is. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Can you give her an example? What does panhandling look like for you?
15. I'm finna search it up and I'm finna search how to pronounce it. And then vertical.
oh,
Displaying or characterized by exceptional technical skill.
Take a moment and look it up.
Another artistic.
Because you're gonna see it again when you get over to
I'm gonna search it.
another item in art.
Virtuous.
So you have the resources there. Look it up. I'm gonna come back to you. Be ready to talk to me about panhandling. All right, so guys, where are you? What number? Number 7. Oh, the crown. You see that a lot in some of this work. What does it say? Do you have, let's look at vocabulary. What terms do you have underlined in number 7? Oh, adorning and disenfranchised. All right. All right. So, did you have any words
A very steep.
in addition to that, Markel?
A very steep and high place or rock or mountain.
Okay. All right. So, can you help her understand what adorning means? Because if you don't have an underline, or if you don't have it unannotated, that says to your reading partner, and to me, that you know it. So let's talk about it. Well then, and then what was the other word? Disenfranchised. D-I-S is a prefix, means
Or a sense of responsibility.
none or not. Franchise. Disenfranchised means that dissension is not a part of a larger work. It's not a part. You don't feel a part of it. You feel kind of separated from the norm, or you're not included. So if you look at how it's used in number 7, Basquiat raised these historically disenfranchised artists to royal, even saintly stature, which means he considered himself to be one of the artists
what's the name of that?
in the American art scene who was not really given a lot of credit. He really was not considered to be one of the top artists during that time because he was self-taught. He did not go to any fancy school. And then if you look at his artwork, it's a lot of abstract thoughts, colors, thoughts, images. Yeah, it's because it was all emotionally based primarily. So he wasn't considered to be a part of the in crowd. So disenfranchised meant he understood how it felt. So let me identify with other artists who are just like me, not included on the big art scene, not given a lot of respect. My artwork is not really accepted. Cause what's the big thing y'all said? What does they say now? Put some respect on mine. Dang, right. So he used that symbol to help encourage other people in that art scene to look at these disenfranchised artists. Disenfranchised, not a part of the in crowd, not a part of the group that's accepted or embraced. Not a what? Not a part of the what? Community. And so to bring awareness to that, he used the crowd association.
Back to the beginning of the panel book. Back to the beginning of the panel book. Start taking a look at the details of the evidence. I'm going to use the word anything coming from this text what we're going to call evidence. Discuss what you view. What number do you see strengths? What numbers do you think are weaknesses? What number do you think opportunities were provided for him? Or missed opportunities, because it can still be an opportunity, whether he took advantage of it or not, still an opportunity. Or it was an opportunity that he was denied. You got to decide what goes there. And then what were some of the threats that he encountered? And threats don't always have to be violent. Threats, and I gave you some stems right here on the cover to help guide your thinking, to help guide your discussion. Does anybody have any questions?
So it's like questions we have to answer.
What do you mean? Yes.
That's
If
what
you're gonna tell me when you record in threats, what did they do? You're looking for evidence that answer these questions, and then you're writing it on the chart. So your chart, now the goal is, the more evidence I see on the chart says to me, that's how well you understood the text. You don't understand, what is it that you don't understand? Because I'm thinking, what? Okay, are we ready? All right. You may begin.
I would
Or
say,
either, well, yeah, dropping out of school, where would you put it?
I'd say it possibly can be put into opportunities
Because, now
Because-
add your because statement.
because it helped him further his art career without having to try and focus on studying at the same time. But that is also a missed opportunity due to the fact that he could have gotten a higher education. And maybe he could have got I know what it is, but more like credits and stuff to be called a professional artist without having to work so hard to do it.
Alright, so, well said. I can't disagree with any of that, but because you're working as a team, I'm gonna ask y'all to discuss that and collectively come up with where. You can agree with Isaiah or you can disagree, but the idea is for you to take that piece of evidence from the text. He dropped, what number is that? He dropped out of school. Does it say why?
That was number 4.
Alright,
It never told us why.
never told you why, but what he said makes a lot of sense. A lot of creatives don't really engage academically. All they want to do is, musicians want to play music, artists want to draw, athletes want to play ball, singers want to sing. So, and they don't really worry about academics. So you guys got to discuss that, because he was and is still considered an eminent individual and gifted. And so his gifts look a little non-traditional because he didn't get the formal training. He didn't go to school and study in these big fancy places. So that's something that y'all need to do. I'll come back and revisit. Okay, since y'all were starting with strength, when I come back, I expect to see something documented here, so you don't waste your time in just the conversation of it. I want you to be focused just as much on documenting your evidence on your chart. Okay? You have